Mm.
Today we're really zeroing in on something, well, something that I think is going to resonate with a lot of you out there, especially if you're a single mom. We're going to be talking about self-care.
Yeah.
And I know, if you're listening to this right now, you're like, wait, self-care. I'm barely surviving. I hear you. I totally get it.
Yeah, it can sound kind of impossible, right? Like when you're juggling, work and kids and all the
Yeah,
things.
all the things, diapers, dinner, did I pay that bill?
Oh, yeah, the mental load.
Oh, yeah. And all the worry on top of that, right? But that's actually why we wanted to dive into this today.
Yeah.
Because self-care, it's not a luxury. It's not an extra. It's really essential.
It is. And it's essential not just for, like surviving, but for actually thriving,
Yes.
both for yourself and for your kids.
Absolutely. And, thinking about this whole idea, there's this verse that keeps coming to mind. It's from Matthew chapter 11, verses 28 and 29. And it says, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me." And this is the part that gets me every time. "And you will find rest for your souls." And I think, as moms, and particularly single moms, that phrase "rest for your souls," it just hits different, doesn't it?
Absolutely. It really speaks to that deep exhaustion that goes, way beyond just being physically tired.
Yes.
It's that weariness in your soul, from carrying so much all the time.
Yes. And feeling like you have to carry it all alone.
Right.
And
Exactly.
so what we want to do in this deep dive is really unpack some practical ways to find that rest. We've got some great resources we've been looking at, and we want to pull out those golden nuggets, those tips that you can actually put into practice today.
Yes. Specific things that will work, in the real life of a single mom.
Yes, in the trenches, right?
Yes, in the trenches, absolutely.
So let's jump right in. I think, one of the first things we need to address is that there are a lot of lies that we believe about self-care. Things that hold us back, from actually taking care of ourselves.
Yeah. There's so many.
So many. So let's start with the big one. The one I think we've all said at some point. I don't have time for self-care. I mean, it's like, come on, there are only so many hours in the day, right?
Yeah, and especially when you're a single parent, time is such a precious commodity. But the problem with that thought that I don't have time is that it keeps us stuck in this cycle of just giving and giving and giving until, we're completely depleted. Like, have
Yeah.
you ever heard that analogy of trying to pour from an empty cup? You can't keep giving to your kids and to work and to everything else if you're not taking any time to refill your own cup.
It's so true. And I think, speaking of giving and pouring out, that leads us right into line number two, which is, it's selfish to put myself first. Especially as moms, we're conditioned to think that our needs come last.
Oh, absolutely. And the guilt that can come with even thinking about putting yourself first, it can be so intense.
Intense.
But we have to reframe this idea of selfishness. Think about it. Even Jesus, in the middle of his ministry, with people constantly needing him, he would still take time to withdraw and pray and rest. And if Jesus, with everything he was doing, needed that time for himself, how much more do we need it?
Right. I mean, if he took time, then we definitely should too,
Yeah.
right? And I think that's such a good point that even, the Son of God needed to rest and recharge.
Exactly.
And then there's the third lie that I know I've told myself countless times, which is, I'll rest when things calm down. Like, oh, when the kids are a little older or when work settles down or whatever it is. But the thing is, it never really calms down, does it?
Right. It's like we're waiting for this mythical time when life will be perfectly balanced and peaceful and there's just space to breathe.
Yes, but it doesn't really work that way, does it?
No. And especially as a single mom, life is just, it's constantly in motion. There are always going to be demands on your time, unexpected things that come up. So if we're waiting for things to calm down before we take care of ourselves, we're going to be waiting forever.
Oh, forever.
Yeah.
I love that.